Jada Sprague here. I am here to give you just a little bit of information on needing volunteers. I know that can be a scary phrase, but the church is in, I would say, desperate need of volunteers. Before I get started with anything, I want to read a scripture. We have heard this scripture many times, and it's 1 Corinthians 12:15 through 19. And it says, "Now if the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being a part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But if, in fact, God has placed the parts of the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be, if they were all one part, where would the body be?" Now I'm coming to you with this video because, it's very difficult to try to do these types of things on Sunday mornings. We want to come in, we want to worship, we want to hear the word. And so I asked pastors if I could make a video. We do need your help. We are not asking anyone to make a lifelong commitment. I know that when we hear, volunteer, we're thinking that, we have to do this for the rest of our lives, but that is not the case. I am asking you all to pray and to think, but to also to react. I think that we have all seen over these last couple of months that the harvest is ready, the harvest is coming in. And so with that, the harvest brings children. And that is where our church is desperately needing the help. We need help in nursery, in children's church, and we also need help with the bridge class because our teachers soon will be going to have their little baby boy here in the next month and a half. So with that, I have just a little bit of information. We do need volunteers for the nursery. And here's the thing with the nursery. We need 2 people in the nursery at one time. We have some littles, we have some that aren't able to walk and to move around yet, and we also have some that are running circles. And so this is definitely a blessing to be a part of this, to watch our little ones grow and to learn and to pour into them. And it is needed. We do need y'all's help in this part of the church. At Children's Church, we are needing at least 10 teachers. We are not asking anyone to say, I'm going to be the children's pastor. We're not asking for a children's pastor right now. We are just asking for you to come in and say, I'm willing to volunteer one Sunday every quarter. We're trying to make it to where if we have enough volunteers, you're only having to volunteer once every 4 months, once every 3 months. We're not asking you to do it every single Sunday. We are just saying, hey, would you be willing to volunteer once a quarter? So, nursery, children's church, and the bridge. We are just needing Wednesday night to be covered, probably at the beginning of December. I will double check with Trey and Brittany. I know that it's difficult in this time for them. They are expecting a baby, and then their ministry is their baby. And so we're not asking you to completely take over that class, but we are asking, hey, maybe for 3 or 4 months on Wednesday night you take over that class. And those kids are extraordinary kids. They need to be poured into. That is our 5th grade through 8th grade, and those kids need to be poured into. And so if you are willing to volunteer, which I pray that you are, if you are willing to volunteer, we will have a sign-up sheet in the foyer. So on your way in on Sunday mornings, sign your name, put your name and your phone number, and myself or Lacey will be contacting you with more information. So sign your name on that with your phone number. The next thing you need to understand is you will have a background check, okay? This is state law. This is also required through Church of God, and it is also required by our pastors. I myself have had background check. Many others have had background checks. So this is something that we need to do. We are trying to keep everyone safe. And you will have a tryout period. I know that not everybody is fit to work in every single area of the church. and I do understand that working with children can be a little difficult, but we are just going to do a tryout period. We're going to do maybe a Sunday or two. You try it out. You get connected with those kids. They give you hugs and you feel, wow, this is where I need to be. Then that's where you're going to be at. The last thing I need you to understand is that this is not a, I said this at the beginning and I'm going to say it again, it is not a lifelong commitment. I'm asking for volunteers to help me for the next year. 2020 has been a very hectic year, and so many things have gone on, so many things have happened, and so we need to get readjusted and we need to get back into ministering. Things are not going to go back to normal, how we want them to go back to normal, but we need to be kingdom minded. We need to be ready to do what the Lord wants us to do. And unfortunately, we were supposed to do children's church tomorrow, but we are unable to because we do not have the volunteers to do it. And I'm not trying to guilt trip anyone. I have spoken to quite a few of you, and I know that there are other circumstances that are preventing some of us that want to volunteer, but we just, you just can't because of other circumstances, and that we understand. But I'm saying, if at any moment the Lord has said you need to do more, then please do more. Your church needs you, the Lord needs you, and our kids are in desperate need of some volunteers. I appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions, please let myself or Lacey know. You can message us through Messenger through Facebook with the church website or the church Facebook page. So just let us know what questions you have, and I hope I answered some of them, and I hope that you will truly think about volunteering for our church. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Have a good day.